Royal Rumble. I throw out a scenario of John Cena winning the 2013 Royal Rumble, but right now I think The Rock could be the next candidate who I have in mind to win the 2013 Royal Rumble, and that could be what The Rock is showing up on the 1000 edition of Raw to let us know. The Rock could be showing up to let us know that he plans on winning the 2013 Royal Rumble and doing it the traditional way, like all the wrestlers of the Royal Rumble in the past had to do. Win the Royal Rumble, go to WrestleMania, and face the champion there. Maybe The Rock will want to do it some way in a traditional manner by winning the Royal Rumble and going on to WrestleMania to face whoever the champion is. CM Punk, John Cena, Daniel Bryan, Sheamus, whoever the hell it is. It would be fun. Also seeing The Rock win his first Royal Rumble since 2000. The Rock's only won one Royal Rumble in his illustrious career. You have wrestlers like Stone Cold Steve Austin and Shawn Michaels who have won multiple Royal Rumbles. Maybe it will eat The Rock out that Stone Cold Steve Austin won more Royal Rumbles than him, so he's going to want to win at least one more Royal Rumble in his wrestling career, and it could be the 2013 Royal Rumble. It would be fun seeing The Rock win the Royal Rumble and do it in somewhat of a traditional manner, come out the next night on Raw, choose the champion he wants to face at WrestleMania, and The Rock goes on to WrestleMania, making minimal appearances leading into WrestleMania, and wins the championship and holds on to the title for about 6.5 months. That is the next question. After The Rock wins the WWE World Championship, how will they go about having The Rock defend it? With the amount of minimal appearances The Rock makes, this is how I see it happening. I do see The Rock holding on to the championship for at least 6 months, and the only reason I see that is to make this championship reign, his 10th WWE World Championship reign, mean something. The Rock just cannot hold on to the championship for about a month. The Rock has got to defend the championship, and he's got to keep winning to make his return even bigger than it originally was planned to be when John Cena and The Rock fought at WrestleMania 28. The Rock needs to continue appearing periodically, and this is how I see it happening, just to make the title reign of The Rock mean something. The Rock will win the championship, and the only time we will see The Rock is about a week before a pay-per-view where he will show up to promote the event in the way of a promo. And then he will go on to the pay-per-view, and The Rock will win. And from there, from his first pay-per-view successful title defense, The Rock will keep winning for at least 6 months. It will be like it was somewhat back in 1995, 1996, when the champion would appear not regularly or not frequently on Raw, but he would appear at least once or twice throughout a whole month to promote a pay-per-view match. I think WWE will do it in some way like that. They will have The Rock appear minimally on Raw to promote a pay-per-view match he has coming up in the way of doing commentary or doing a promo, sending pre-recorded messages, and The Rock shows up at the pay-per-view, and he keeps winning month after month until he loses it to whoever he wants to lose it to, and to somebody who is high in the company when it comes to status. I don't see The Rock losing the championship to someone like Sin Cara, even with Sin Cara's phenomenal appearance in the SmackDown Money in the Bank ladder match, making his Money in the Bank ladder match debut. The Rock's not going to lose to someone who is a smaller name in the industry than him. He's going to lose the championship to someone like Brock Lesnar, if it comes down to it, or Triple H. The Rock will not lose the championship to someone like Dolph Ziggler. I can't see it happening unless The Rock wants to promote somebody who needs a push in the WWE. And for someone like Dolph Ziggler or Sheamus to get a victory over The Rock, that elevates their stock and puts the superstar on the ladder of success as high as they can go. So I think that a victory over The Rock would definitely elevate someone like Dolph Ziggler and Sheamus. They definitely need a victory over someone like The Rock, because legends are far and in between in the WWE when it comes to in-ring performances. And we've seen that with Triple H and The Undertaker, who only wrestle at least once a year. And with how less we see legends year after year in the WWE competing on a regular basis, I think that a victory over The Rock would definitely elevate the stocks of someone like Sheamus, Dolph Ziggler, or Drew McIntyre, or Sin Cara. But I just don't see that happening for The Rock. If The Rock loses the championship, which obviously he's going to, after about 6 months of holding it, after making minimal appearances on Raw in the way of a promo, doing commentary, being the special referee, wrestling once a month, I think The Rock will, lose it to someone huge, and that's really the only way they can really do it with The Rock, because The Rock can't afford to lose to someone who isn't as big of a name like him, because it will make his movie appearances and roles look like they mean nothing. The Rock won't be as big of a draw in the movie theaters, and The Rock will have to come back to wrestling on a regular basis because that'll be the only thing left for The Rock, because his movie career will bomb, because people will look at The Rock in a movie and say, this is the guy who lost the WWE Championship to someone who I didn't think was as good as him. So, it wouldn't look good for The Rock if The Rock were to lose to a smaller name. So The Rock can't afford, really, to lose to someone who isn't as big of a name as him. The Rock really needs to lose it to someone like Brock Lesnar or Triple H, and that's really the only way I see that going. And I see, followers on Twitter for The Rock, fans on Facebook to significantly increase because of The Rock's return. If you remember his promo 14 months ago, The Rock frequently referenced his Facebook and his Twitter account, saying he would have some cool pictures of the WWE fans for his Facebook page, and indeed he did. He had tons of them on his Facebook page, which of course is facebook.com/Dwayne Johnson. We have liked Dwayne Johnson on our Facebook page, and we are following him on Twitter, one of millions of followers The Rock has. I see his Twitter and his Facebook booming in the way of popularity from his return, and he will definitely be trending about 5 minutes after he makes his entrance on the 1000th edition of Raw. The Rock has had phenomenal success on Twitter and Facebook. I know his Twitter account was one of the primary reasons The Rock came back to WWE, and that's really all the match between himself and Cena was really all about, Twitter and Fast 5. And The Rock accomplished his goal coming back, promoting his Twitter account, getting a significant amount of followers on Twitter, a significant amount of fans on Facebook. I believe The Rock's followers on Twitter, I believe that's the one social media site The Rock's ahead of John Cena on. I think in the way of Facebook, Cena's ahead of The Rock by so many million. But it's fun, seeing this Twitter and Facebook war between superstars like Cena and The Rock. And I'd love to see a Twitter war between The Rock and CM Punk, which is something we haven't seen before. And the reason I say that is because the Facebook war between himself and Chris Brown, I believe it happened on Facebook and Twitter, the two social media sites, was kind of fun seeing. So with that war between Chris Brown and CM Punk being heavily documented by websites like TMZ, it'd be fun seeing The Rock and somebody like that have a feud on Twitter and Facebook. But I think The Rock definitely benefited from his return. He got a lot of followers on Twitter, a lot of fans on Facebook, and I think social media for The Rock is definitely going to blow up when he returns. And obviously it's all going to culminate with The Rock winning the championship and going on to become one of the most successful WWE champions of all time. I think The Rock needs that 10th reign, because we've seen so many wrestlers in the past, even John Cena, win the championship a record number of 10 times, and I think The Rock needs that 10th title reign, and I think that's the only reason The Rock wants to win it, is to be known for being a 10-time WWE champion, which he isn't yet. He's defeated everyone at WrestleMania, from Stone Cold Steve Austin to John Cena here recently, and become the only superstar in WWE history to defeat 3 decades of the top legends in the industry. Nobody else has ever done that. So I think with the win in the Royal Rumble back in 2000, winning against 3 huge legends at WrestleMania, winning the WWE and World title a record number of times of 9, I think that The Rock needs to win this 10th championship, and I think that's what we will see The Rock do. And I'm going to be really looking forward to finding out how WWE goes about doing this. But I think that The Rock needs to show up in the 1000 edition of Raw, and if he does anything, let us know when is the next time we will see The Rock compete. I hope he just doesn't come out and says, hey, I'm here, I'm hosting the 1000 edition of Raw, and that's it. We don't see The Rock for the entire 3-hour show. The Rock needs to come out at the end of the 1000 edition of Raw, after the World title match, after the WWE title match, after all the main events, and let us know when he's going to be competing next. I think that would be an effective way to celebrate the 1000 edition of Raw. Celebrate it by letting us know when The Rock is going to be competing next after a huge main event, after all the championship matches, after all the main events are out of the way, after the 3-hour Raw has reached its climax. The Rock comes out and says, I'm facing CM Punk at WrestleMania 29, or I'm entering the 2013 Royal Rumble. That is what I see The Rock doing, one of those two scenarios. If you have your own possible scenario, let us know on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube at facebook.com/HW Entertainment, twitter.com/JonathanClarke1, and youtube.com/JonathanClarke22 by liking us on Facebook, or by sending us a message or a tweet on Twitter, or by leaving us a comment on YouTube. Send us your feedback on The Rock's return, because I really am hoping we find out when The Rock competes next. We need to know when The Rock is going to be competing next, because if we don't find that out by the 1000 edition of Raw, we're never going to know when The Rock is going to be competing next. I see the event and the venue being WrestleMania 29. The circumstances have never been better. WrestleMania 29 is taking the same place The Rock made his debut 16 years ago. So with that being the circumstance, I see WrestleMania 29 being the event The Rock will defeat the WWE Champion. That'll be the event The Rock competes at next, and I think he's either going to let us know who he's going to be facing at WrestleMania 29, or he's going to say he's going to be entering the 2013 Royal Rumble to go on to win his second Royal Rumble, with his last Royal Rumble victory being about 12 years ago in the 2000 Royal Rumble. And take a guess who he eliminated as the final competitor in the match to win. The Big Show, similar to how Chris Benoit eliminated him to win the 2004 Royal Rumble. If you watch the YouTube video, The Rock eliminating the Big Show from the Royal Rumble and how Benoit eliminated the Big Show from the Royal Rumble, it would scare you how similar they are. They used almost the same move to eliminate the Big Show in the 2000 and 2004 Royal Rumble matches. And the Royal Rumble has had over 25 years of history, and the wins of Benoit and The Rock in the Royal Rumble matches are some of the most relived Royal Rumble matches, because they went on to make history. And I think that The Rock will definitely make history if indeed he does win or even competes in the 2013 Royal Rumble. Either way, The Rock will be heavily involved with WrestleMania 29. I know it will be the third year in a row The Rock has had a heavy involvement with WrestleMania, but really, can you see The Rock competing at an event like Survivor Series? We've already seen that. He's not going to be competing at SummerSlam. I can see him having a